Ella, titled Rock and Sand. Well, don't forget you're listening to Root and Route on Z101.9 FM. My name is Nia E. Solomon, and as I told you, today's show is packed. There are two big events happening in Accra. The Société Générale Jazz and World Music Festival is coming up shortly, and we're actually going to have some wonderful conversation around it. And there's also a big play coming up at the National Theatre of Ghana titled Cyber Heist, and we shall go into that conversation as well. Well, but before then, let's do our destination deep dive, and today we are basically looking at Jamestown. Well, Jamestown is one of the oldest districts in Accra and a place full of deep history, culture, and resilience. It dates back to the 17th century, growing around the British-built James Fort somewhere around 1673, which served both military and administrative purposes during colonial times. Along nearby, you'll find the Usher town as well, which also grew around Fort Usher. But Jamestown became one of the earliest and the most important settlement in the colonial Accra. And these are some of the highlights in Jamestown. First of all, Jamestown has some strong colonial legacy. Jamestown preserves lots of colonial architecture, old forts, the lighthouse, and also some warehouses. Jamestown Lighthouse was built somewhere around 1930s and replacing an earlier 1970 lighthouse, remaining a striking landmark, offering panoramic view of the bustling coastline. And one of the other features you find in Jamestown is the fishing community. Traditionally, Jamestown has a fishing hub. Even though you would find colorful fishing boats lined along the beaches with local fishermen maintaining a way of life that has been passed down to them. It also has some great cultural richness. Jamestown is a stronghold of the Ga people, the indigenous people, or what if you like to say, the inhabitants of Accra. And they celebrate a wonderful festival known as the Homo Wo Hooting at Hanga, which is celebrated vibrantly here, marked by music, drumming, dancing, and food. But you know that whenever the name Jamestown comes in mind, one of the things or one of the sports that comes in mind is boxing. So Jamestown is often called the home of boxing in Ghana. The community has produced many renowned boxers, including Azuma Nelson, Ikote, and Joshua Clottey, serving several boxing gyms dot along the neighborhood where young talent are trained. So they say, "Kwe koye gamami no beobe gamami." So it has some living heritage as well. So when you walk through Jamestown, you feel like it's a living museum. Narrow alleyways, vibrant markets, children playing soccer, and elders telling stories all make it a very humane and a very authentic place to see. So if you haven't visited Jamestown, this is one of the most iconic places in Accra that you would definitely have to visit. And if you do not know, it was believed that 2019 was exactly 400 years that slaves that were picked from Jamestown in Accra to Virginia, and one of the reasons for which we celebrated the year of return. So on the show today, we do have a lot of conversations, and to do. Well, we'll be back shortly. I just want you to listen to this wonderful music, and when we come back, we would go into the conversation. Well, seated right in front of me are three elegant, beauty, stunning women. Yeah. They say normally I like to give women fans, but why not? These three women are wonderful, and we are about to go into a very wonderful conversation with them. We are about to talk about the Société Générale Jazz and World Music Festival.
So hard to, achieve.
We'll be back shortly.
Get ahead, which isn't a bad thing. Sometimes the mistakes you make could actually get you to where you are supposed to be, or be where you are supposed to be. Yeah, I know I'm mixing words up. It's kind of parts of it. But the moral of the story is, in essence, all the five fingers are not even equal.
Well, this is Roots and Routes on Z101, 101.9 FM. My name is Nia Solomon, and if you want to join the conversation, you can contact us on 0544-321019, or you can actually call in at 0303956641. So in the studios with me today, I have three elegant women. Starting from my left, I have Sarah Yeboah. She works with the Alliance Francaise. And then also right in front of me, facing me, is the Lioness. I have sitting right in front of me, I have sitting in front of me the Lioness Wiela. Wiela, I actually do have somebody who actually admires you so much. She sent me some wonderful message, so I will tell you about it. Yes. And then the adorable Adoma. I like that sign. So ladies, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I hope you're excited to be here because we are very much excited to see you or to talk about the Société Générale Jazz and World Music Festival.
Yeah.
And so let me start with you, Sarah. I mean, since you are one of the organizers of this show, can you basically tell us about like what inspired this show? You could have done anything else, but why jazz and all of that?
Okay, so first of all, I'd say Alliance Francaise Accra is like one of the biggest stakeholders of music, arts, and culture in Ghana because it's one of our missions to promote intercultural exchange and also, the creatives to give them a platform and everything. So we do a lot of different genres of music. We don't just do music, we promote creativity in all its forms, and jazz, as you know, it has very strong African roots, and it seems now we've lost touch with this genre of music. So this whole concept of having a jazz festival is to reconnect us to, bring us closer to the Africans in the diaspora, which are the Black Americans, and also, there are a lot of African artists that also fuse this jazz with their own new sound. Right. So this is how it came about. We decided to have a jazz festival. And over the years, we noticed that it was only attracting a specific type of audience, right, which are the expats, and like some specific parts of the Ghanaian population that like that cool, calming, soothing vibes. But, when it comes to the youth, we like more energy. We want something vibrant. We decided to broaden the scope of this event, make it more inclusive and attract a more diverse and a broader type of audience.
Okay.
Yeah.
But let me find out from you. I know that this jazz festival has actually been going on for like 10 years now.
Yes.
And so what should people expect this year? I mean, isn't it going to be the same thing or there's something else happening this year?
This year is very different. So we've already had 2 concert nights, and for people who participated, they can attest to the fact that this year brought something new. So first of all, to start with our opening concert and the headline artist, that was Alun Wad. It wasn't just a ceremonial opening concert. We had the launch of an art exhibition, which was a virtual experience. It's still ongoing today. And we also watched a documentary. He connected the jazz music, the New Orleans jazz music, to the African roots that it had. So it was a very enlightening moment for us. And we've also seen a lot of collaborations. Even though we invited just Alun Wad, he gave us something with a Ghanaian band, which is the Legon Palm Wine Band. And also yesterday it was it was a different energy altogether. We had the Adaha Dance Band, we had the Fra Band, we had Thomas Dobler.
Oh, wow.
Yes, and we had a Bagatelle Storm, and he took us back. They took us centuries back to the times where we would watch these 1920s Hollywood movies, and you know, the cartoons, and everyone was like, oh, this reminds me of Tom and Jerry, you know, the soundtracks of the Looney Tunes and everything. So it was a very nostalgic moment for us. And tonight we expect nothing less. Yeah.
Right. So tonight we expect nothing less. And if you don't know what we are discussing, we are talking about the Société Générale Jazz and World Music Festival that is actually taking place at the Alliance Française. But let me come to you, Viella. I mean, anybody who hears your name, they know how energetic and electrifying you are on stage, you know. And so nobody would even compliment you with, I don't know, with
she's
jazz.
Calm, she's shy.
Yes, you know. You know, and so let me find out from you, how does this festival actually complement your style of music?
For me, first and foremost, I'm very excited and grateful that I have been invited, because my style of music, like my sister Sarah just said, for me, I grew up watching cartoons, watching all this international music, Madonna, Michael Jackson, Whitney, Angelique Kidjo. So I think our era was when the TV came and we're more influenced with foreign sounds. Yeah. But at the same time, I grew up in the Chief Palace, traditional Chief Palace. And I was part of a traditional group. Right. And I sing in Sisali, Wale and Dagari, but they have been influenced. But I've managed to blend the two and still keep the Wiala going. So this kind of stage, for me, is actually very perfect for me. Because when you come to the show today, and when people listen to my music, you will hear Africa. Yeah. You will hear Wiala, you hear tradition. Yeah. But you see that it's able to cut across to the rest of the world. Because the music, in the end, for me, is a blend. And when you see my band, for me, I always say the music leads me. I've played with Ghanaian bands, I've played with different bands. And my band today is Yaga Yagas. Yes, and the music led me somewhere to Slovenia, and I met a band. And when I sing in African language, they also interpret it. And so it helps, makes the music more accessible. Right. So this stage for me is just perfect.
Nice. Yeah. So are you performing with the Yaga Yaga band?
Oh, I'm
today?
Performing with the Yaga Yaga.
So you go everywhere with them.
Yes, these days, especially in Europe, and sometimes I play with my Ghanaian band, Chinchiges. Right. Yes, I used to play with Patch Bay, but for me, wherever the music takes
Patch Bay
me.
Too is a very
I've
good
played
band.
with them before. We've gone to a place like Dubai and played. And
but let me ask you. I know you're a very international person, because recently, I think about 2 days ago, I was watching a video where you were playing in front of a large crowd. Yes. So how does performing in front of the Ghanaian crowd, how special is that for you?
For me, it's very special, Ghanaian crowd, because what I have noticed is it's up to us musicians to actually always showcase who we truly are to our own people. Then you get a very good feedback. So when you take it out there, you know you are really representing the Ghanaian. But Ghanaian people, you know, we like to dance. Yes. It's a different vibe.
It's a different vibe.
Europe,
we like to make ourselves dirty.
Yes. and we are happy people.
Yes.
We are full of energy. Yeah. We are optimistic. Yeah. We are always hopeful. It doesn't matter the challenges we go through. We will say tomorrow will be better. Yeah. So when you perform in front of a Ghanaian crowd, they give you this energy. Yeah. And it helps me a lot. Yeah. It takes that, I take that, and when I take it abroad, I give it to them. Even if they are not, even if they are sitting and just watching, but they are dancing in their head. But for me, there's no reality show you come and nobody will not dance. Because for me, if you are coming to the show, don't wear shoes.
Okay, come barefoot. Because you're going to dance.
That's how we do it, African style. We dance, and then the earth will shake out of joy, and then you see the dust will be doing kululu, kululu, kululu. Like that. So that's me.
Well, in the space of all these kululu, 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 if you're thinking about getting an interest-free payment, basically your dream house, your number one interest for 2 years, are you ready to step into your home dream or your dream home? And with the Lakeside Estate exclusive offer, you can actually own a house in just 2 years with no interest payment or repayment. This offer is affordable, it's flexible, they have quality homes, and of course lifestyle choice. Choose from a variety of beautiful homes in any of your Lakeside Hills clusters. Your future awaits. Imagine living in a home you love with the freedom to invest in your dreams without the burden of interest. As your CIMG Real Estate Company of the Year, for the 4th time, we offer a hassle-free home acquisition. Call us today on 020-477-5042 or 020-477-5040 or on 050-141-8622. Don't miss out on this incredible opportunity. Call us now to learn more and schedule a tour for your available homes. Lakeside Estate, quality home for all of us. Well, let me come to you, Adoma. I mean, I have actually also admired you from afar, and I must say this is the very first time I've seen you. Well, I have seen you from afar, maybe from Alliance Francaise, because I watch a lot of concerts at Alliance. And so let me find out from you, what has actually redefined alternative soul and storytelling music for you? You know, what excites you the most about performing at this particular festival?
So I say it all the time, and if anyone really listens to the influences in my music, you know I'm a jazz head. I love jazz. It's my favorite genre of music, and it's I haven't really paid I've not really been listening to a lot of jazz lately, because I'm trying to broaden my scope a bit. But just being at the concert for the past 2 days, I'm just like, yeah, why have I been doing that? Because this is exactly where my heart has always been. So it's a huge, you don't have the slightest idea, huge honor to be invited to perform by Alliance on such a beautiful platform, Jazz and World Music Festival. So for me, yeah, I've always been a jazz head, so it feels like the perfect fit. And when it comes to storytelling, I'm also an actor. So even in the music I write, if you listen to it, there's a lot of stories going on. There's a world that is being painted. And I feel like that's something that is very, very significant, even in jazz music, because it's very improv. It's improv music. And a lot of the times they're just creating things on the go. And the storytelling is very, very, up there. So combining that with who I am also as a person, it's like the best of both worlds.
Yeah, I mean, I listen to your music, and of course, I'm a storyteller myself. And sometimes I wonder, how is she able to write this? Like your storytelling. I mean, tell us, what goes into your storytelling? How are you able to come up with this, piece everything together to create the beautiful magics you always create?
I generally think in pictures.
Okay.
Every single thought in my brain is pictures. I don't think in words, I think in pictures. And so sometimes trying to write, it would mean changing the pictures to words. And when you're doing that directly, I can't help it. It just comes out like how it's playing, because it's almost like things play out like a movie in my head. So if I had to write about what is in my head, it's going to express itself in the same way. And that's how generally I work. So that's where that is from.
Right. But Sarah, let me ask you, like for the new artists that are coming on the show this year, what are some of the new experiences or some of the new things you think that they would actually? Adoma, is this like your first time on the festival, the jazz festival?
I'm not sure. I've been on some jazz festivals, but now it's
for the Alliance Francaise one.
I'm not sure if it's Alliance. If I've been on an Alliance festival, but I have been on quite a number, so it's quite a bit.
So for Sarah, those who are coming on the show for the first time, what are some of the new experiences they're supposed to have?
I'd say that, with the broadened scope of this year's events, we are just giving them the platform to blow our minds and, give us something new, something that we haven't seen over the years. Yeah, and to bring their own different kinds of energy and style to this year's festival.
So if someone is listening, for example, who was at last year's festival, what's going to be unique about this year's festival that we're telling them to come see?
Yeah, so last year was when we sort of introduced a different genre of music to the jazz festival, because before it used to be known as the Jazz Festival. and we had Rocky Dawuni, who is not a jazz performer. He is more of reggae. And we saw how well it was received by the audience. So this year, we are giving you more of that, more of the diversity. We've had Adahadan's band, Fra Band, and they managed to, fit into the vibe, but also bring their uniqueness to the festival this time around. So this night is going to be more of that. I look forward so much to Wiala's performance, to Adoma's performance. We are also having a female trumpeter, Christine Kamal from Kenya, who will be performing today with a Ghanaian jazz band. She's also bringing her own flavor.
Okay.
And we are going to have Victor Day Jr. because, of course, what is jazz in Ghana without Victor Day Jr.?
Right.
Yeah.
So, but Wiela, what should the fans expect? Are there some new songs you're bringing? Are there some new collaborations? What should we expect? Of course, I am coming. So.
Yes. Well, you're going to hear new songs. As you know, my sound, sometimes I'm very traditional, sometimes a bit pop, sometimes, and sometimes maybe a bit raggish. But as somebody who is, I would say, a bit of all weather, but I call my style Afro pop,
right?
Because there's a lot of pop elements in it. At the same time, you can hear a lot of world music in there. Right. So that's why in the first place I said this is a perfect jazz and world music, because some of my sounds is just world music. And then the new collaboration I'm doing with Yaga Yaga. So this is our first time.
But let me find out, Yaga Yaga, are they a Ghanaian band?
No, they are a European band from Slovenia, Ljubljana.
Oh, nice.
And we met through music.
Right.
It was never planned I'm going to Ljubljana to look for a band. It's music. I went there to sing, and I needed a band. We came together, and after the show, it just felt good that we don't stop there.
You both fell in love.
I think you are right. Hey, this morning, this afternoon, you are trying to be very romantic. So we are romantically, musically in love. Right. I like that. Right. I think we should write a song about it.
Yeah, we should.
Yes.
We should.
So I think you just said it all. And so you'll be hearing new songs. We actually wrote an album together. The album is ready. It will be released very soon. And we have some covers that we have done. Of some of the great musicians in Ghana. My own version, just like I did with the Osibisa song. I have 3 more songs, and I have a surprise performance tonight.
Oh, wow.
With one of Ghana's legendary acts. I won't mention the name. I won't say he or she, if not, I'll give away. So
you should be there to see the surprise.
If you want to see the surprise, just bath, wear your clothes, take your shoes back, put in your bag when you're about to watch the performance so that we dance. And I'm bringing so many new songs on stage.
Right.
Yes.
So, but Adoma, let me also find out from you. Do you do some traditionals, and how are you able to blend it with your style of music?
I really love high life, and there's going to be a combination of that. Okay. There are certain songs that have been very high life and certain songs that have been very jazz, but I wanted to do a fusion of that. So they're like remixes of existing songs that are mine, so I guess it's going to be a lot of that, a combination of Afro jazz. If you
are you debuting any new songs that we should look forward to when we come?
Yes, interestingly, there's a song I just recorded like a month or so ago. I haven't released it yet. I intend to release it sometime this year, and I thought this was a good opportunity to debut that today. So for the first time ever, is going to be played today. So
all right. But what is stopping Adoma and Wiela doing a collaboration together? Like basically,
it's true.
Two powerful musicians. And what is stopping both of you from?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
And we have Yaga Yaga. So let's just get on with it.
Actually, yes.
But yes, of course. You've asked the right question.
Yeah.
And I think we should.
Yeah, we definitely should.
In fact, we should, because when we talk about supporting and promoting each other, collaborations or collaborating would be one of the best because this is how we support each other and then promote the music.
And can you imagine, like I'm already envisioning the music becoming a hit, you know, you guys performing that music all over the world. Well, I just got a message from someone and said, Charlie, these two girls, can you let them just give us something of, you know, what we are going to feel? So can we feel something so that, you know, people know that, Charlie, this year's Société Générale Jazz and Music World Music Festival is just going to be lit. So where should I start from? Who wants to go first?
I don't want this time. You go first. Yes.
Yeah, you want me to sing anything?
Let's just.
Okay, so I'll just do like 2 lines of the new song that I mentioned is coming out. So it starts. Promise myself that I won't be back. Oh, look at me here now, baby. Cupid shot his arrow through me and I have come undone. Was comfortable with being lonely, but this is now my story. You've got me stuck on stupidly in love. I'll leave it there. Story continues on stage.
Charlie, this is powerful, man. Are you in love?
We'll find out on stage. We'll find out there.
Well, Aduma doesn't want to give out a lot of information. She doesn't want you to know if she's in love or not. But what's actually inspired it, though?
I'll disclose, I'll disclose all of this on stage. So if you want to find out anything, in fact, majority, 90% of my set is about love. So if you want to find out these questions, like Oyala said, bath, wear your dress, and for me you can and just come and then you get all your questions answered.
Yella, someone said I should ask you, like they know you're a very traditional person. Before you give us something that they want me to find out from you, being a very traditional person and also being a very local girl, because most of the time we see your pictures and things going back home and doing all that. Are there some projects or some initiatives that you do for your people back in the north that maybe you would want to mention?
Of course, I would love to, and thank you for the opportunity. For me, my community, the community I hail from, if not for the music, I don't think anybody even heard of Fonsi. Yeah. And people used to wonder if it was a Ghanaian community because we are quite close to Burkina. Yes. So some people thought I was French, like I'm from Burkina. And when I started the music, by default, I just became compulsory role model to a lot of the young kids. And whenever I went home, it was obvious that they wanted a piece of what I had. And then gradually I just started moving home. But before I became famous, I was always at my community. So what I'm doing there is I am building an art center where there's a stage, and ever since we started, we realized that there were a lot of musicians who were just hiding, waiting to sing. So we do shows there. I put up a radio station. Oh, nice. We have collaborated with one of the chiefs so we can promote the music there. And then if I have 2 stages, and also I teach the young ones dancing, and then we are just into art because I'm an artist, I'm a musician, that's what I can do. And also I have the Lioness Kingdom. So if you're ever passing through Adoma, I would like to invite you. I have a studio there as well. So we record music, we dance, we eat. There's a restaurant, there's a guest house, and then we can play the music at the radio
station. Have you been to is it Fonsi?
Fonsi.
No, I haven't.
Yeah,
have you been? This is what, Upper East?
Upper West, but Upper West East. So you get to Wa.
Yes.
Okay, now they can fly there. You fly to Wa, and I'll pick you up, and then drive you on the
show,
and I'll drive you
on the rough road.
A bit of rough road, bit of tarred road,
right.
And then it's just 2 hours outside Wa, and then.
Have you been to Adoma? Have you been to Northern Ghana?
Yes,
before?
I've been to Northern. I've been to Bolgatanga.
Only Bolga.
Yes, yeah. I think it's just Bolgatanga.
You've not done Savannah.
No, I haven't.
Upper East, Upper. So this is a very beautiful
opportunity,
open invitation. Fly to Wa, let them pick you up and just give you a tour of the destination. And then after which you spend some time in the studio recording some music.
Will you come?
Oh, I will.
Promise.
Oh no, I'm saying it.
I'll put you in the corner. Don't mind me.
Everyone is watching and it's online and people are actually listening to. So guys, we need to let's expect some collaborations from Wiela and Adoma. I mean, I strongly believe it's going to be a very wonderful music. So Wiela, you are supposed to.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
You see, it was good that she started. She gave me a So I'm going to sing one of the new songs. It goes like this. Hantole bisi, bayon bisi ma. Gonle valare, anadunia mohong. A gonle valare, anadunia mohong. Abulona yede we sing, a kiche we digi. People don't stop. People don't stop. From a distance, he yummy. My lover, he has by me. Pretty face, smooth skin, then he looking like a fairy. He pop up strawberry. He got a Kelly body. Can I board a yenike one about him? Come for the rest.
Oh my God. Tonight is gonna be the night. I mean, it's gonna be a very beautiful moment, defining night with these two beautiful artists who are going to bless us with some powerful music from traditional to contemporary music. You need to be at the Alliance Francaise Société Générale Jazz and World Music Festival. Sarah, are there some tickets? How can someone get the opportunity of coming to this show?
Yes, so to purchase your ticket, just dial *800*1010# to purchase a ticket for 200 Ghana cedis, and also there will be ticket sales at the gate. Yeah.
How much is the ticket going for if anyone would have to buy?
200 Ghana cedis pay.
Okay, so there's no single double. You just get in there, pay 200, and you enjoy all this, right?
Exactly.
So if you're listening to us, the place to be this evening is the Alliance Francaise. At what time is the show starting?
Starts at 6:30 p.m.
So I know Alliance very well. Most people who know me as a playwright and poet, I do most of my shows at the Alliance Francaise, and I can tell you, if a show is starting at 6:30, you must be seated latest 6 p.m. else the traffic, the parking of your car, all those things will not let you see the opening act. So make sure that by 5:30 you are already there. And of course they have these restaurants and all those at the place that you can get some good drink or something while you wait for the artist to get ready. So the place to be this evening is the Alliance Francaise Société Générale Jazz and World Music Festival. And in the studio with me today discussing the show had been the lioness herself, Wiela, and the most beautiful, adorable actress and musician, Adoma. They've all been here for us to discuss the show. So ladies, let me just take your last words. Let me start from you, Adoma. What are your last words to your fans and everybody listening?
I'm expecting to see a lot of people so that we can do roll call after. Okay, so if you know you rock with me and you're not coming, I'll beef with you after, because after the set, I'm expecting to be like, okay, you came, present, okay. Yeah. So I'm expecting to see you because it's going to be fantastic. I mean, if you've been there these past 2 days, you know that, yeah, definitely it's going to be
wonderful.
Yes.
The lioness.
Yeah. Well, I would like to tell everybody, these days the lioness doesn't come out all the time. I come out once in a while. And every show I go to, we make history. I never repeat performances. So come and make history again with all of us, myself, Adoma, everyone. And don't be told, be there. And I'll be ready for selfies after that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't be told, be there.
Yeah, don't be told, be there. I like it. And so, ladies, I'd like to say a very big thank you to all of you. I know you're very busy. You have to do sound check and all of that, but coming to spend this time with us is very special. And so thank you so much. And expect me at the show tonight. I'm actually coming. Yeah, myself and my producer, we are definitely coming to dance the night out, because I'm actually a very good lover of jazz music. So yes. So the place to be tonight is the Alliance Francaise Société Générale Jazz and World Music Festival, and we have been speaking to Sarah Yeboah, who is one of the organizers, or the organizer of the festival. And then also in the studio we had Wiela and Adoma. We'll be back shortly because we have another interview with the organizers of a big play that is happening at the National Theatre titled Cyber Heist. And so we'll be back shortly.
Thank you.
you.
FM.
See you with your galley, posing for the ground. Where you come, posing for my house, you. Oh wow. You think say you did pop it in my face. You figure say she get your back. I see that it's the way you rap for Facebook talk. I've got the love of my life. Boy, I keep bad news for you. So sit back, relax, cause yesterday I saw your boo lip lock with another fool. Down, down, down. She don't feel not nothing for you. I don't feel.
Well, you're listening to Roots and Route on Z101.9 FM. My name is Nia Solomon.
This is true.
And just gone by has been an amazing conversation with the organizers of the Alliance Française Société Générale Jazz and World Music Festival. But as I mentioned, we have a very big play coming. Now, the question is, have you been scammed before? Have you been frauded before? Has somebody called you and said, oh, boss, Mpacho, I send you 3,000 Ghana cedis, Mpacho check your phone or so. And then before you know, your money is gone.
Yeah.
Well, there is a very big play coming up at the National Theatre titled Cyber Heist. And this play is taking place on the 2nd of May. Friday, 2nd May. By 6 p.m. you should be seated. We have the organizers of the show today, and so we want to talk about it. Well, so I have seated Mr. Martin, who is with Fintech Management Solutions. And then also, I also have Mr. Richard Kumasa. He works with Apps and Mobile Solution. Actually, one of the sponsors of Cyber Heist. So let's go into the conversation. We do have some small time to spare, so we should be able to do that. And so let me start with you, Mr. Richard Kumasa. First of all, why did you decide to sponsor such a powerful initiative as like a stage play like this?
Okay, thank you to you and your listeners. Well, so at Apps and Mobile, what we do is we provide payment solution.